Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to 11 common things that don't exist outside the USA, and we're just going to check this out and see some of these things. I'm going to assume I know some of these, but things that don't exist outside the USA. It's going to be stuff like, I'm just trying to think of, is it like house appliances? So let's just say is it garbage disposal things like that you have in the bottom of your sinks that basically just disposes of your food and stuff, just chops it up. Which is that's the thing that I'm kind of jealous of. I think that would be a really cool addition because it just seems like it's just an easier way to get around food waste pretty much. But I guess it's probably not as good for the environment. I don't actually know, to be honest, but we're going to check this out and see. Hopefully going to enjoy, and let's jump into this.
Chocolate chip cookies, dental floss, traffic lights, all great American inventions. These things originated in America but are now all over the world. But if you think that everything American is in every other country, then you'd be wrong. There are some things you just don't see outside of the USA. I'm Charlie, and today we're going to look at 11 common things that don't exist outside the USA. Before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have medical and lawyer ads.
Yeah.
If you're not from the USA but have gone to visit, I'm sure you switched on the TV and heard this phrase. Ask your doctor if this product is right for you. And then, most likely, a big list of scary warnings and side effects. This is something that only happens in America, and it's advertising for medical products. Outside the USA, it's weird to see commercials for medical-related things. Most people would just go to their doctor and get what their doctor suggests. But in the USA, it's common to see medical things advertised as if they were any other product.
The thing is, I watch a lot of streams because there's some sports games that I can't watch in the UK, so I'll watch the US televised version, and you'll see all these ads, and it's just wild because it's just full of them. It's like there's just so many different ones. It's just sort of, I guess people have become so used to them at this point.
But medical ads aren't the only odd advertising you'll see in the USA. Another thing you'll often see is adverts for lawyers. I'm not talking about Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad. Believe it or not, that's not just in TV shows. In the USA, lawyers really do advertise on TV. Did you know that 60% of the world's lawyers reside in the USA? And the USA...
What? How does that even make sense? What, do they just travel outside the US when they've got a case that's outside the US? What the hell?
USA is said to be the most litigious country in the world. This means the most lawsuits come from inside the USA.
Oh, we know that. There's some crazy ass lawsuits. They're quite funny to sort of read and see people. There's just ones about, I don't know if it's exactly this, but like not enough ice in your Coca-Cola at McDonald's. There's like cases like that. Maybe not that extreme, but like silly cases like that just kill me. Obviously, they're never going to go through, but it's just funny that people will even try them.
Next up is
spray cheese.
Spray cheese. When you think of cheese, you probably think France. Luxurious French cheese is a staple of fine dining around the world. But the USA has a different kind of dairy-based delicacy. That is spray cheese. Cheese is eaten a lot in the USA. In fact, the USA is the world's largest consumer of cheese.
Damn.
But America also loves convenience, and that's why cheese can be bought.
No need to refrigerate. So even if you open it, does it not have to be refrigerated? Wait, what?
In a can in the USA. Now, spray cheese is actually only 51% cheese. By law, to call a product what it is, it must be at least half that product. So that's why it's only 51% cheese, not a percentage higher. The other 49% is flavorings, protein, and ingredients. Spray cheese has been big in the USA since the 1960s. And it's even sold in various flavors. For example, cheddar, bacon, and even American flavor. Huh, I wonder what that is.
Yeah,
Next
what?
up is garbage disposals. I'm sure you've seen in movies and TV shows how Americans throw their food scraps into the sink. You may think, what happens to them? Do they just sit there? Well, no, they go into what's called a garbage disposal. These things actually only exist in the USA. In other countries, food scraps would be put in the kitchen bin.
Yeah, and then it will just be there for a few days, starting to smell, and then you got to take it out. So there's definitely pros and cons to it, right? How we do it in the UK is probably a bit better for the environment, but how it is here, It's a lot more convenient, and it goes like your waste is gone, and you don't have to worry about it.
But why is it that only in America do they use garbage disposals? Well, the reason why is because in many other countries it's banned. This is because it's not very environmentally friendly. That's because all of the food is mixed in with the general water waste. This then at some point must be filtered out. So it wastes a lot of energy, but it is convenient.
Yeah.
Next up is college sports.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in the UK, I'm just trying to think, is there any college sports that people care about at all? There's not. And I think I've had this thought process before. Like, there's no college sports that people, like, even just youth sports. So not necessarily college, just sports when, like, young people are competing. No one cares about that stuff here. There's obviously a small group of people, but it's not on the mind of anyone, really. Not even if you're in college, are you really fussed by like the college or the university rugby team or whatever? This just isn't really a thing that people care about. But in the US, it goddamn is, and I think it's actually a really cool thing. The more I think about it, I think it's great because, I mean, even if these people don't make it, right, they're not going to make it to the NFL or the MLB or whatever. They're going to have these moments that will stay with them for their life because they're playing at a top level with these massive crowds, and they create memories. It's pretty cool. The only thing I don't fully understand is the pay, because they don't get paid for it, right? They're not even allowed to have sponsorships unless that's changed recently. I kind of understand it, but I do also think, you know what, if they're playing and they're not going to make it, it would be good for them to just make a bit of money in the meantime, you know. But I guess people have their different thoughts on it, but that's what I would say about it. But other than that, I think it's great.
Every country loves sports, whether it's cricket in India, football in Spain, or baseball in the USA. But only in the USA are they obsessed with college sports. Every country loves professional sport leagues, and the USA is no exception. But one thing that's different about the USA is that they love college sports as much as regular professional sports. No other country gets behind colleges as much as the USA does. If you ask people in other countries if they can name a college team of any other sport, chances are they can't. In other countries, college sports are not broadcast on TV. And they also don't make any money at all, as opposed to the millions made in US college sports. In the USA, college football brings in thousands of spectators to fill up stadiums. But in other countries,
I think he's said the wrong football. I'm gonna be honest.
College football games are lucky if they even get the friends and family of the people involved watching. Also, the biggest stadiums in the USA are pretty much all college football stadiums.
Yeah, so for the World Cup that's coming up in Canada, the US, and Mexico, will they be using a lot of college sports stadiums and renovating them, or just using them for like hosting the games? Because obviously they're going to use some NFL stadiums. Maybe most will be NFL, I assume, actually. But will any college stadiums be used? Because there are some huge ones. And also, are they building any new stadiums for the World Cup, or are they just going to use all the ones they have? Because I don't feel like they need to be honest. I mean, there's so many big stadiums there already. It probably won't be needed. But are they? I'd be fascinated to know that.
Out of the top 15 biggest stadiums in the USA, all 15 are college football stadiums.
Oh.
The largest of which being the Michigan Stadium, which can hold over 100,000 fans. Next up is white teeth.
White teeth. Here we go.
Have you ever wondered why all Americans seem to have great white teeth? It seems for some reason people in the USA are obsessed with getting the perfect...
You know what? I think perfectly white teeth are a bit scary. Like when they've first been done, it's a bit like there's some people in the UK and they'll have like tan skin. They'll be like this is just an example I can think of, a bit tanned, and then they'll have these really white teeth, and it just doesn't fit. In my opinion, doesn't fit the face. Again, I would like whitish teeth. I mean, my teeth are pretty okay. But, I mean, who wouldn't want white teeth? But when they're this white, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I think it just looks a bit too much. But each to their own, right? But, yeah, that's just what I'm saying.
Perfect teeth. And by perfect, I mean white and straight. Americans actually spend more money than any other country to make sure their teeth are white and straight. But despite all the money that's spent on getting white and straight teeth, that does not necessarily mean they're more healthy. For example, the British are often mocked for their bad teeth. But according to a Harvard University study, British teeth are actually more healthy than American teeth. Trust me, not all
don't know if that's actually true, but
Brits look like Austin Powers. One reason why this may be is because in the UK, under 18s can get braces for free. However, in America, they're very expensive, and there's a good reason for that. According to a study by New York Mag in the USA, good teeth can be the difference between getting a second date and not. Apparently, 38% of Americans will turn someone down for a second date if they have bad teeth. And 60%
What the hell is happening to her head?
of Americans say they perceive someone as smarter if they have straight white teeth. Next up is...
We've just been there, Black Friday. I am a bit fascinated about this. Like, Black Friday, in terms of, like, how was it even created? I don't really know.
Is Black Friday. If you're not from the USA, you may not understand why everyone goes so crazy on this day every single year. Black Friday is the name given to the day after Thanksgiving, which is another American holiday.
Wait, so I was thinking that, is Black Friday always just... Is it just associated with Thanksgiving? It's always just... Like, it was created due to Thanksgiving. I was always thinking, like, why is it the day after? I don't actually know, but I guess they are just linked. Obviously, Thanksgiving was created way before, but I guess Black Friday was just a thing that was made after. And now we've got Cyber Monday as well. I don't know what that's got to do with, but...
Holiday. The term Black Friday came about because of the amount of accidents and sometimes even violence shoppers create. People go crazy for all the deals in the stores, and sometimes there are riots just to get into a shop. Black Friday has expanded to other countries, for example the UK, but videos of Black Friday in other countries have gone viral for different reasons. That's because no one really cares about Black Friday in other countries, and shops often only get 1 or 2 extra visitors than on a normal day. Billions of dollars are spent in the USA every time Black Friday rolls around, but it seems the rest of the world just isn't into it.
We probably don't get the same deals that you'd get in the US as well, so that's probably part of it. You probably get like 80% off like 70-inch TVs in the US. In the UK, you'll get like 5% off, but you have to spend a certain amount to actually get the 5% off. It's just not the same.
Next up is Solo Cups. If you're American, this may come as a surprise, but red Solo Cups are seen as a very American thing. In movies and TV shows, everyone drinks out of them at parties. And many tourists actually bring back a red Solo cup to their own countries when going to America. That's because it's seen as a piece of American iconography, although many Americans don't realize this. In other countries, people simply drink from beer bottles or glasses, but in the USA, they use red plastic Solo cups. Next up is free refills. When I was dining in the USA once, a waiter came up to me and said, "Would you like me to refill your drink?" I said no because the drink was kind of expensive, and they looked at me like I was crazy. That's because it is typical in any American restaurant to have a free refill. In other countries, you need to pay if you want to.
Wait, so even I thought it was just free refills in like fast food restaurants. So you can seriously like be eating at like a pretty nice restaurant and they'll just come up to you and say, "Do you want a free refill?" That's pretty crazy. I didn't know it was to those extremes. God damn.
Extra drink, but not in the USA. In other countries, if you pay for one drink, that's what you get. And many Europeans say that they find it very
What is happening to these people's heads? They're creeping me out.
weird when they go to the USA and their glass gets refilled, even if they don't ask. But personally, I love it. I'm never going to turn down a free drink. And finally on the list, we have flags. Every country has their flag. But no one shows off their flag more than the USA. If you drive around the USA, it's common to see people flying the American flag on their homes. Also, many buildings, schools, and businesses will have an American flag. This is something you don't see in any other country. According to research, over 150 million American flags are sold every year. And it's not exactly known why people in the USA love to show their flag off so much. Worldwide, the USA flag is the second most famous flag after the Union Jack. But no other country waves their flag as much as they do in the USA.
Like, you're not really even allowed to do it in the UK. I mean, there's some weird stuff about it. Like, some weird rules that if you like, maybe not the Union Jack, but the English flag and stuff. Like, it's very controversial to even have the flag. Maybe not in certain aspects, but like, there's definitely like circumstances where it will be seen as controversial. And it's just like, how is that even the case? I don't understand.
Hey. Vote in the poll in the top right corner the most interesting common thing that doesn't exist outside the USA.
Well, there we go. Black Friday is when businesses get out of the red, not making profit, to black, making profit. If you're not in the black after Black Friday, you're probably going to be looking at closing locations. Oh, damn. You got the meaning of Black Friday completely wrong. It's called that because of the busiest shopping day of the year, bringing the retailer's bottom line out of the red into the black. Oh, wow, that is so wild to me. So it's just literally there to sort of basically get loads of profit in a short amount of time to help them the businesses keep surviving pretty much. Damn, that's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. But yeah, hopefully you found this interesting. Let me know your thoughts, and until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.